let you guys give your opinion. I got like maybe 5 to 10 minutes to spare, but okay. First of all, I want to say, man, what's up, CB? First of all, man, props to Magic Johnson, man. Magic Johnson, along with billionaire Josh Harris and another billionaire, have agreed to buy the Washington Commanders for approximately $6.5 billion. That is the highest offer ever made to purchase a NFL team. Most recently set by the Denver Broncos, that was sold for $4 billion, but now the Commanders have been sold for $6 billion. Now, I find that kind of interesting that the Washington Commanders went that high. You would think they would be of lower value than the Broncos. The Broncos recently did win a Super Bowl about maybe 5 years ago. The Washington Redskins ain't won a Super Bowl since Michael Jackson, Richard Pryor, and Tupac was all alive, and Prince. So that just goes to show you how long ago that was. And Daniel Snyder, under his ownership tenure, just didn't fare well. And you heard some things going on behind the scenes with Daniel Snyder. They basically kind of like forced Daniel Snyder out. And Daniel Snyder said that he had dirt on the NFL that he was gonna leak. Now, one of the people that was interested in buying the Washington Commanders was Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, and they said that Dan Snyder rejected any type of offer from Bezos because I think he owns a media outlet that wrote some discouraging articles about him. So he was like, with Jeff Bezos, no, I don't think so. But, props to Magic Johnson, man. So now Magic Johnson owns part of the Dodgers and part of the Washington Commanders. So does he get credit for being a black football owner? Because he just part of the ownership group. Now, I don't know how much say Magic Johnson is going to have with the Commanders, but he does. As far as I know, with the Dodgers, Magic Johnson does make some personnel decisions as far as the Dodgers go. So I don't know how involved would he be with the Washington Commanders. Now, keep in mind, this could just be some move by the NFL to say, oh, look, we got some kind of black ownership, because the NFL has been under fire about the lack of, minority ownership, period. It's still an issue with coaching, how they treat black coaches. So I'm not finna hate on Magic Johnson. I mean, good for him, man. Magic Johnson, he making power moves, I wonder, is Magic Johnson going to put in a bid for that upcoming Las Vegas franchise, allegedly. Now, the NBA is supposed to open up 2 more slots for 2 extra teams, 2 expansion teams. So it's going to be possibly 34 teams instead of 32. So this is what you've been hearing. And the NFL has also explored expansion as well. The NFL is going to eventually go to an 18-game schedule. And when they go to an 18-game schedule, they're going to have to alter scheduling a little bit. You may see teams with two bye weeks, which I think is good. And the Super Bowl is going to get moved up additional 2 weeks. So you could see the Super Bowl like towards the end of February now. So that would be very interesting But yeah, as far as Magic Johnson go, I mean, that's a good look for him, man. I really, at the end of the day, I really don't have nothing bad to say about Magic Johnson. The only thing I didn't like is when he tried to throw Kyrie Irving under the bus about, about the potion. And I thought he was being very hypocritical based off his past and some of the stuff that you heard about him. Okay, the Washington Post. So I thought that was correct. Yeah, that's exactly the media outlet that was writing a whole bunch of different articles about him. I didn't, I wanted to make sure. But yeah, he rejected an offer from Jeff Bezos. Daniel Snyder was like, I'm good. I'm good. Anybody but him. And it's kind of funny to think if he would have accepted Jeff Bezos' offer due to the fact that the NFL has a deal with Amazon. Would that been a little bit of a conflict of interest? So, but as far as Magic Johnson go, that's a good look for him, man. That's a good look. To think where Magic Johnson is 30 years later, I don't want to take a deep dive into what happened with him, but many of us believe that Magic Johnson wasn't going to be here another, couple of years, but he's still here, and he's made some moves, and like I said, I'm proud of Magic Johnson. He pulled this off. So, he now owns part of the Washington Commanders, which that's a horrible name. That has got to be one of the worst names. I mean, that was the best you can do, the Washington Commanders. But kudos and props to Magic Johnson, man, for, putting together a group that bought the Washington Commanders. Listen, I got to be honest. I miss the name, the Washington Redskins. It was so, I was used to saying that for pretty much all of my life. And, when they changed the name, well, actually, they didn't have a name for like a whole season. But they was just the Washington football team, which was even worse. And then they changed the name to the Washington Commanders. But I do miss the name, the Redskins. But at the end of the day, I understand why the Native Americans thought that name was racist and offensive. So at the end of the day, unlike other groups, I don't sit up there and say and try to say what I think or don't think is, racist according to them. But they say it's racist and they wanted the name changed, then so be it. But I'm not gonna lie, I do miss the name, the Washington Redskins. I think the Cleveland Indians is called the Guardians now or something like that. But like I said, man, I'm happy for Magic Johnson. He got this did. He making power moves though. I mean, he's a part owner. He's a part owner, but he's not the majority owner. He's a minority owner. Get it? Minority owner. He truly is a minority owner / minority owner. And this is why I'm asking the question, is this a little bit of a, sort of like showcase token move of the NFL? Because like I said, people have been on the NFL's helmet about this particular problem. And then all of a sudden, Magic Johnson tallies up a group to buy this football team for $6 billion. My question is, well, okay, so if the Washington Commanders are worth $6 billion, my God, what is the Dallas Cowboys worth now? Because I mean, at the I mean, at the time, the Dallas Cowboys, last time I checked, shout out to the great Nipsey Hussle. Last time I checked with the Dallas Cowboys was worth approximately around $8 billion. So you got to think with this move, the Dallas Cowboys probably may have skyrocketed. Now the Dallas Cowboys worth maybe anywhere from $10 to $15 million now. So that move alone made Jerry Jones an extra couple of $1 billion, and I can't stand Jerry Jones' ass. I mean, what is the Raiders worth now? I mean, you got to think the Raiders got to be worth at least $7 billion now, maybe $8. What is the New York Giants worth now? I mean, if the Washington Commanders, like I said, a team that ain't won a Super Bowl and God knows when, I can't even think. What was the last time the Washington Commanders, or should I say the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, they haven't won a Super Bowl since what, 1991? I mean, that's been a while. They haven't won a Super Bowl in a while. And they went for $6 billion. This is why I know it was more to this than meets the eye. I think that they added an extra couple of billion on to keep Daniel Snyder silent, because, as I said before, keep in mind, Daniel Snyder said that he had dirt on the NFL. He said he was going to leak it. He said he was going to leak it on his way out. Now, I don't know. Maybe this was just a way to get them, the organization to be quiet, or the former ownership organization to be quiet. That's why they gave him extra money. But nevertheless, this is going to be very interesting. But shout out to Magic Johnson, man. Man, they ain't won a Super Bowl in a while. I'm trying to think. I think they won in the 90-91 season. And I think that was one of those I think they beat the Denver Broncos. Wait a minute. Somebody check right quick and see when was the last time the Washington Redskins won a Super Bowl. Somebody's 91-92. And they beat the Broncos, right? They beat the Denver Broncos, right? Oh, the Bills. Oh, yeah. The Bills, who went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and couldn't get it done. But everybody talk about how good Jim Kelly was. Okay, there you have it. Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and they couldn't get one. Couldn't get one. And the closest time they got to winning one, and you remember he missed it wide. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that Super Bowl. But yeah, there you have it, man. But anyway, we'll talk about this later on. But once again, man, congratulations to Magic Johnson, man. Power moves. Give him all the praise in the world. It's your boy Town. I'm out.